He didn't see it. Not at first. One evening at a dinner party, I noticed something fascinating. Emerson, a retired architect in his late 60s, was surrounded, not by men talking business, but by women, leaning in, laughing at his jokes, hanging on his every word. He wasn't the loudest in the room, but there was something about him. When he left to get a drink, someone whispered, "There's just something about him." Emerson had no idea. And here's the thing, you might not realize it either. If you've ever wondered what makes you quietly magnetic, stick around. Today, we're diving into the subtle signs that women notice and deeply admire about you. You may be turning heads in ways you never expected. Welcome to Better Aging Advice. I'm Lewis, and on this channel, we share real stories and practical tips to help you age with confidence, charisma, and energy. Aging well isn't about trying to turn back the clock. It's about embracing who you are and realizing that your best years can still be ahead. If you're ready to uncover the subtle traits that make you quietly captivating and how to fully embrace them, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's dive into the signs that women notice and admire about you, often without you even realizing it. Sign 1. The confidence in how you carry yourself. Emerson never walked into a room, he arrived. There's a difference. He wasn't the loudest man at the dinner party. He didn't try to dominate the conversation. But the way he carried himself, shoulders back, chin level, calm and assured, made people notice. Women especially picked up on it. Confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about presence. And that kind of quiet confidence is magnetic. Here's the thing. People make snap judgments within seconds, and body language speaks louder than words. Long before you say hello, how you carry yourself sends a message. Good posture, steady eye contact, and a relaxed demeanor signals strength and self-assurance. It tells the world, I know who I am, and let me tell you, women notice that immediately. Science backs this up. Research shows that standing or sitting upright can actually boost your mood and self-confidence. In fact, studies suggest that good posture isn't just a reflection of confidence, it helps create it. When you stand tall, you feel better. And when you feel better, people feel it too. People. But let's be real. Many men, especially as they age, start to slump without even noticing. Years of sitting, working, or simply not paying attention takes a toll. Slouched shoulders, arms crossed, or hands in pockets give off an unapproachable vibe. And here's the kicker, you might not realize you're doing it. The good news? You can fix it. Start with something simple. Stand in front of a mirror and check your posture. Are your shoulders rolled forward? Is your head tilting down? If so, here are 3 quick tips to improve it. 1. Roll your shoulders back. Stand tall, pull your shoulders up, back and down. 2. Engage your core. A strong core supports your posture. Try standing or sitting tall as if there's a string pulling the top of your head upward. 3. Stretch daily. Tight chest muscles and a weak upper back cause slouching. Stretch your chest and strengthen your back with 5 minutes of daily exercises. And remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about becoming aware. Emerson didn't walk around like a soldier, he just carried himself with calm confidence. That's what made him magnetic. Take a second. Stand up and check your posture right now. Shoulders back, head up. Feels different, doesn't it? If you're working on improving your posture, type "working on it" in the comments. I'd love to hear how it's going for you. Sign 2. The way you listen attentively. Have you ever noticed how rare it is to feel truly heard? Most people aren't listening, they're waiting for their turn to speak. But not Emerson. I remember watching him at that same dinner party, sitting with 2 women. He wasn't dominating the conversation, in fact he wasn't saying much at all. He was nodding slightly, maintaining warm eye contact, leaning in just enough to show he cared. And here's the magic. They leaned in too. They laughed, smiled, and kept the conversation flowing. Why? Because when a man listens attentively, it makes people feel valued. Women notice this more than you might think. It's not about nodding to be polite, it's about being fully present. Emerson wasn't checking his phone or looking over their shoulders for someone more interesting. He was there, fully in the moment, and that's what made him quietly magnetic. And science agrees. Studies show that being a good listener makes you 4 times more attractive. Why? Because it builds an emotional connection. The more someone feels heard, the more they want to be around you. It's human nature. We're drawn to people who make us feel understood. But here's the thing. Most men think they're good listeners, when they're really just waiting for their turn to talk. They're nodding absent-mindedly, throwing in, yeah, right. But mentally, they're somewhere else. And let's be honest, it shows. You might not notice it, but the person across from you definitely does. So how do you know if you're truly listening? Ask yourself. 1. Are you present? Or are you thinking about what to say next? 2. Do you interrupt? Even with good intentions, cutting someone off shows you're more focused on your thoughts than theirs. 3. Do you remember details? If you can't recall what they said 5 minutes later, you probably weren't fully listening. The fix? Practice the 3-second rule. After someone finishes speaking, wait 3 seconds before you respond. It forces you to truly absorb what they said. Another tip, repeat or paraphrase something they mentioned. It shows you're engaged. Listening is a skill, not a talent. You can get better at it. And trust me, when you do, you'll stand out. Women notice when a man listens like he actually cares. It's rare, it's powerful, and it makes you unforgettable. So, how do you rate your listening skills? Be honest. 1 to 10. Drop your number in the comments. And if you're working on becoming a better listener, type improving. I want to know who's on this journey with me. By the way, if you're enjoying this, stay tuned because the last sign is something you can't fake. And it might just be the very thing that makes you unforgettable. Sign 3. Taking care of yourself without trying too hard. You know what stands out more than anything? Effortlessness. I remember Emerson wasn't the kind of man who tried to keep up with the latest trends or wore designer brands to impress anyone. No loud logos, no flashy watches, just a simple navy blazer, well-fitted jeans and clean polished shoes. He smelled fresh but subtle, like he just walked out of a shower, not a cologne ad. And here's the thing, that's exactly what made him stand out. It wasn't about perfection, it was about pride. Women notice when a man takes care of himself, not to impress anyone, but because he respects himself. It's not about chasing youth, it's about aging well. Healthy skin, neatly groomed hair or beard or a clean shave, and clothes that fit properly send a powerful message. It says, I value myself. And there's something quietly irresistible about that. Studies even show that grooming and self-care significantly boost confidence, which makes you more attractive. Think about it. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you carry yourself differently. It's not about looking 20 again, it's about being the best version of who you are right now. But here's the mistake a lot of men make. They either stop caring or try way too hard. Maybe they think, at this age, who's paying attention? Or they go overboard, buying flashy clothes, overloading on cologne, or using hair dye that just doesn't look natural. The truth? Less is more. Real attractiveness comes from being well put together without looking like you're trying too hard. So, how do you nail that balance? Here are a few tips. 1. Find your fit. Clothes don't need to be expensive, they just need to fit well. A tailored blazer or well-fitted jeans instantly elevate your look. 2. Prioritize grooming. Keep your beard neat or go for a clean shave. Trim nose and ear hair. Small details make a big difference. 3. Smell fresh, not loud. A subtle scent is memorable. Overpowering cologne? Not so much. Stick to 1 or 2 sprays. Max 4. Skincare matters. You don't need a 10-step routine, just wash, moisturize and protect with sunscreen. Healthy skin is a sign of vitality. And remember, confidence is the best thing you can wear. Emerson wasn't trying to impress anyone, but by simply taking care of himself, he stood out in the most natural way. What's one small grooming habit you swear by? Drop it in the comments. I'm always curious to see what works for you. By the way, if you're finding these signs insightful, keep watching. The final sign is something you absolutely can't fake, and it might just be what makes you unforgettable. A sense of humor that's warm, not over the top. You ever notice how some people walk into a room and try way too hard to be the funniest person there? They tell loud, over-the-top jokes, hoping to get everyone's attention. But here's the thing. Real charm doesn't come from being the funniest guy in the room. It comes from making people feel good. That's exactly what Emerson did. At one point during the dinner party, someone asked him if he cooked. He chuckled and said, "Cook? I'm so bad, I once burned salad." It wasn't a rolling on the floor kind of joke, but everyone laughed. Not because it was the funniest thing they'd ever heard, but because it was light-hearted, self-deprecating and warm. He wasn't trying to impress anyone, he was just being real. And that's what made it memorable. Here's why this matters. Humor that makes people feel good is unforgettable. Studies show that humor increases attraction, but not just any kind. It's not about how many jokes you can tell, it's about how you make others feel. A warm, genuine sense of humor shows confidence, approachability, and emotional intelligence. When you can laugh at yourself, it tells people you're comfortable in your own skin. And let me tell you, women notice that. On the flip side, trying too hard to be funny can backfire. We've all seen it. Someone cracking jokes at others' expense or going overboard just to get attention. That kind of humor might get a laugh, but it doesn't leave a lasting impression. In fact, it often makes people uncomfortable. So how do you strike the right balance? Here are a few tips. First, keep it light. Humor doesn't need to be clever or complex. Simple, everyday observations or playful, self-deprecating jokes often land best. Second, be genuine. Don't force it. If a joke doesn't come naturally, let it go. People can tell when you're trying too hard. Third, make people feel good. Avoid jokes that put others down. Laughter should be inclusive, not at someone's expense. And finally, know when to laugh at yourself. When you can poke fun at yourself, it shows confidence. Just keep it lighthearted, not self-critical. Emerson didn't need to be the funniest guy at the table to be memorable. His humor was warm, relatable, and genuine. That's what made people want to be around him. And that's what makes you quietly magnetic too. What's the best joke you've heard lately? I could always use some new material. Drop it in the comments. And by the way, stick around because the last sign is something you absolutely can't fake. In fact, it might be the one thing that makes you truly unforgettable. Sign 5 kindness that shows without you bragging. You know, out of everything that happened at that dinner party, the moment that stuck with me the most wasn't when Emerson was telling stories or making people laugh. It was something he probably thought no one noticed. An older woman was standing nearby, looking for a seat. Without a word, Emerson stood up, pulled out a chair for her, helped her sit down, and then quietly returned to his spot. No grand gesture, no need for applause, just pure kindness. And here's the thing, people notice that, women notice that. There's something about kindness that you simply can't fake. You can wear the right clothes, carry yourself with confidence, or even crack a good joke. But true kindness, it shows in the little things you do when no one's watching. And that's what makes it so powerful. Research backs this up. Studies show that kindness is consistently ranked as one of the most attractive traits in a partner. Why? Because it reveals who you are at your core. Kindness is about empathy, seeing others, understanding them, and acting in ways that make their lives a little better. And the beauty of it is that it doesn't have to be flashy. Sometimes it's as simple as holding a door open, offering a genuine compliment, or just listening when someone needs to talk. But here's where some people get it wrong. They think kindness is about big performative gestures, buying expensive gifts or doing something kind just to post about it online. That's not kindness, that's a performance. Real kindness happens when there's no audience, no recognition, just you doing what feels right. So, how can you show kindness in a way that's authentic? Well, here are a few tips. First, start small. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Smile at the cashier, let someone merge in traffic. You know, small acts really add up. Next, be present. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is give someone your full attention. People can really feel it when you're genuinely listening. Then, help without expectation. Offer to help because you want to, not because you expect something in return. True kindness is, well, selfless. And finally, acknowledge others. Compliment someone on their effort. Thank them for their hard work, or just let them know you appreciate them. It goes further than you think. And here's the best part. Kindness has a ripple effect. When you're kind to someone, they're more likely to be kind to someone else. And in a world where everyone is rushing, stressed or distracted, being the person who shows genuine kindness makes you unforgettable. What's one act of kindness you've seen recently? Let's spread the good vibes. Share it in the comments. You never know who might be inspired by your story. And if this video resonated with you, hit that like button so more people can discover it. Don't forget to subscribe to Better Aging Advice, because next time we're diving into the habits that make you look and feel 10 years younger. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, which of these 5 signs do you see in yourself, or maybe in someone you know? Maybe you've already noticed that quiet confidence in a friend, or that effortless charm in yourself. Drop a comment below. I read every single one of them and love hearing your stories. And hey, if this video made you rethink what makes you quietly captivating, do me a favor. Hit that like button so more people can see it and discover these powerful signs too. The more we share, the more we help others unlock the secrets to aging with charisma. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. In my next video, I'm diving into why staying fit after 50 is actually easier than most people think. Spoiler. It's all about smart habits, not extreme workouts. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Thanks for watching, and remember, aging with grace, confidence, and a little bit of quiet charm isn't about changing who you are, it's about embracing the best version of yourself. See you in the next